Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Water. Today we're going to cover that full moon that is happening in your 7th house of partnership. So let's see what that means. It's the second of 2 full moons in Aquarius that we've had in a month, making that a blue moon. And we just had that beautiful energy of the new moon that happened for you at the Lion's Gate. So happy birthday to you as we wrap up your Leo season here, and let's take a look at that, and let's take a look at the energy as we move into Virgo season. So do me a favor and hit that thumbs up because you know YouTube cares, and so help out all the creators out there. So the first card you have out for this new moon, for this full moon, is gentleness. And so I really want to encourage you to be gentle with yourself and gentle with others. Partnerships, that can be intimate and that can be personal partnerships where this is happening for you. Of course, that's only if you're a Leo rising. If you are a Leo in any other place, then that energy still is important. But you also have, wow, you have sensuality and gentleness. You're being encouraged to really be kind in your partnerships, whether they're business or personal, but sensuality, that sounds pretty personal to me. So focusing in on the needs, not only yours, but on the needs that others have. Leo has a tendency to be very good at noticing what it is they need, and I think you're being encouraged to notice what others need. Let's take a look at what's going on for the week. So that full moon happened at 29 degrees. Well, the first one was at 1 degree. This one's at 29 degrees of Aquarius, and it is conjunct Jupiter. And so really it was about identifying what you need to work on and then really being energized through your new moon to really work on it with confidence. And now, to kind of wrap up the process. But you have Saturn is in Aquarius, and it is trining Venus in Libra, and that's the house of partnerships. And so healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries are a big deal. So that happens at 8:02 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the United States on August 22nd. And then 41 minutes later, the moon is going to move into Pisces. And by the end of Sunday at 5:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the sun is going to move into Virgo. And so the energy really shifts. It shifts out of this energy of the patience full moon where we're still waiting for things to come together, to really move into becoming the energy of being more grounded, more organized, more receptive of downloads from spirit, and also receptive and sensitive to what is going on around you. And so it does call for a little time of self-reflection. And then the energy of Virgo kind of starts to really shift in here. We have had the personal planets moving through Virgo, and Virgo is about finding that balance. The balance in all things, in relationships, in work life, in time alone, time, in community. So finding where the balance is in your life and how to really bring that in. And so for you, this moon in Pisces, which is, it's interesting because it's going to oppose the planets that are currently in Virgo. So it's going to oppose the sun. It's actually running a little ahead of the sun. That's why we don't have another lunation for a couple of weeks. But it is, it's kind of in that energy of actually transiting through an air sign into a water sign opposing the sun. And so it goes from thinking a lot to feeling a lot, being sensitive, taking the deeper dive. And it's going to oppose Mercury and Mercury conjunct at Mars, so it's this logic versus your gut. Like, what do you feel kind of energy, and how do you find your values? And then before the moon even gets out of Pisces, it's going to conjunct Neptune, which is really going to ask you to dive deep into your intuition, while it is still opposing Mercury, which says Mercury's in its home sign of Virgo, and Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces. And so it's like, now you've figured out how you feel down deep, what's your intuition, what is your gut saying. Now let's create some sort of an action plan for it. So this is say you are where you need to be. Acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith that the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. And so the self-reflection is not about, oh, I should have, I wish I would have, I could have. No. You are where you are supposed to be right now. You are learning the lessons that you were meant to learn. You are growing in the way that you needed to grow. And so appreciating that and allowing for that to happen as you go through this process of the full moon, allowing you to shed what does not fit, what does not satisfy anymore, what does not work anymore, just letting it go. There's a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure, or so you will be able to see these new prospects. It is in the shedding of the old that creates space for something new to come in. So allowing that opportunity to come to you by willing to let go and release what is no longer working for you, what does not serve you any longer. So the moon is going to move into Aries at 2:57 p.m. That's on Tuesday. That's a fellow fire sign. That should feel really good when it gets there, and you should be able to find the pleasure and the joy. It is in your 9th house of higher learning and communication with spirit. And so you're being asked to find the beauty in the moment. When you see this, what do you see? You see butterflies and flowers, or do you see the face? There's an opportunity here to kind of change your perspective and look at something and find the joy in it and where it is. And there's this opportunity also to check in with what is the healthy boundaries and what it is that you are feeling and sensing about the structures that you're trying to create about what you value. Okay, we are so talking about love today. We have sensuality, and now we have Aphrodite. Okay, we have Aphrodite and we have Atlas. And Atlas is responsibility. So this is this energy of Saturn, responsibility, and Venus, love and relationships, and how they are communicating with one another about how to be sensual, how to be gentle, and how to maintain your own personal responsibility in a relationship. Responsibility that you do not become a doormat. I don't know many Leos that do. And responsibility, I'm going to check that for a moment. If you are a Leo sun, you are unlikely to ever allow yourself to be a doormat. Leo risings, however, oftentimes are dealing with stepping into their own personal power. And so that might be where you're getting hung up a little. And Leo moon, I feel like that's more the luminary energy of knowing in your heart your value and your worth. But I think Leo rising sometimes struggle a little with this, with that loving themselves enough. So here you are. You're kind of like, where's the love for me? How do I take care of me? And how do I manage the responsibilities that are the load that I'm bearing that makes you feel like the weight of the world is on you, right? Atlas carried the weight of the world. So how do you enjoy? How do you find the beauty in the moment? How do you find the love in the moment when you have so much responsibility weighing you down and you are being asked to be gentle with yourself? To indulge all of your senses. When I say sensuality, that would be go ahead and have that nice long bubble bath. Go ahead and have that glass of wine. Engage all of your senses and pamper yourself a little, because it seems like right now, Leo, you're carrying a lot of responsibility when I see Atlas. They just feel so heavy, it's hard to breathe. And look, this is the weight of the world, and the moon, when it moves into Taurus, that's like carrying the weight of the world too. But this one is called resilience. And so it's like you will bounce back. You will manage your way through it. But in the meantime, you have to take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself all the care and the time and attention that you need. Release. That's too much burden. Is there some way you can lighten the load? Who can you ask to come in and help you? I feel like there's just a lot happening here. Like Leo feels like they're carrying. Seriously, that feels heavy. And at the same time, you are where you need to be because you needed to learn something. You needed to figure something out. There's wisdom and knowledge to be gained from this. And so when that moon moves into Taurus, and it does that at 12:27 a.m., so when you wake up Friday morning, if you're in the United States, the moon is going to be in Taurus. And Leo, for you, that is in your 10th house of career. And so it could be that you're trying to find this balance between work and life. You know, like, how do I take care of myself and enjoy my life and bear the weight of the responsibility? And Leo quite often will rise to leadership positions. And so there's a lot of work responsibility. You're being asked to visualize abundance in all of its forms. In all of its forms. I'm going to pause the video for a moment and find some better lighting because it is starting to get late. So hold on. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I have a little glare over here, but I didn't want to go run and get my big light out. Okay, so when the moon is in Taurus, it's an opportunity to get yourself grounded, to visualize what you want, but it's also, the moon is going to conjunct your Uranus, and there's an opportunity to have a real sudden download and insight into how can you manage this, how can you do this better, how can you get to where it is you want to go in a more effective way. And so this is going to be supported as the moon moves past that into a sextile, a very supportive energy with intuitive Neptune in Pisces. And so the energy of Pisces, of feeling into your emotions, really, it bookends the week for you. And so pay attention to what can you let go of, who can you ask to help you, how can you make more time and space for yourself, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others, and allow for this opportunity to bring in and magnetize to you the help and the guidance that you need and the opportunities. And so visualizing abundance in all the highest forms, whether it's in relationships, financially, emotionally, spiritually, just having some freaking downtime, like you just need a break. That's what it feels like. You really, really need a break. Okay, let's get you another piece of guidance here. The moon is going to move into Gemini on Sunday afternoon, the 29th. I'll cover that more next week. But with Mercury also moving into Libra that day, and this is really going to be an opportunity to really put your thinking caps on. So this week, feel into the emotions of it. Consider the information that comes in, and the time to really get something moving on that will come next week. So this is not the first time I've seen this today. I'm trying to think who else had it. It says, I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. That's Gemini, I think, had it. So this is responding, not reacting. So this is an opportunity to figure out a game plan. So what can you release to create space, visualize what you want, ask for the help you need, and I think next week things get a little easier in that way. All right, let's see here. Okay, so you guys take really good care of yourselves, nurture yourselves, pamper yourselves, do the things that you need to do to really, really take care of yourself this week. Put yourself first. You know how to do that, so do that this week, and look for the opportunities for the help that is on the horizon, so that when it comes in and you can see it, and don't let your ego get in the way of asking for it when you spot it. All right, you guys take really good care. I will see you back here next week, and I will also be doing the monthlies, and I will have a video coming out with some opportunities for more connecting that'll be coming out next week. All right, you guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.